Hey yo, here I am back on Sky's the Limit, sharing another commentary with you guys here on this community channel. Before I get into my topic, I just want to say to all the viewers, make sure you're supporting and subscribing to all the content creators that you see on this channel, because that's what this is all about. It's about all of us smaller YouTubers networking and expanding our audiences to grow. There are some talented personalities who upload to this channel, so yeah, be sure to go and support them. So today I'm going to talk about the next Call of Duty. Obviously, this video is going to be basically a personal wish list of what I think and what I want the next Call of Duty to be. I'm in the mind frame that the next Call of Duty will be World at War II. Can Treyarch pull off another World War II era game, even though we've seen an abundance of them over the years? Well, one positive thing to consider is that it would be the first World War II era game of this console generation, and that could be pretty damn cool. In a World War II setting, the game would have to be extremely gritty, very muddy, and of course very bloody. We all remember and love the gore from World at War, and I feel that would be a necessity for this era of war, especially on the new gen consoles where it would look extra gruesome. If I remember correctly, I think back when Black Ops 2 was being made, David Vonderhaar did a poll asking people if they would prefer gore or character customization. Since the old gen hardware couldn't handle both, we were given a choice. Customization won the poll, but now with the new consoles, I can't see them having both customization and gore being much of an issue at all. So hopefully they can squeeze both of those elements in there. I felt like World at War had the best variety in weapons, and that's just my opinion, but I would love it if the new Call of Duty was, had the same type of variety. That game only had one automatic AR, and the rest were semi-autos. The sniper rifles started out with iron sights, and scopes had to be earned. The submachine guns and LMGs each had their own characteristics with pros and cons. I just felt like for the most part it was probably the most balanced Call of Duty as far as guns go. And what I mean by that is I just feel like every other Call of Duty has been ruled primarily by assault rifles. In World at War, it just felt like there was much more variety in weapons and people's choices were more diverse, aside from the popularity of the MP40, which was pretty much the game's only balance blunder as far as weapons go. But at least from my experiences, there was much more diversity as far as the weapons people chose. But I think if Treyarch aims for something similar, they can have a really diverse and well-balanced multiplayer experience for the next Call of Duty. And you know what else I say? I say bring back the tanks. For some of you newer Call of Duty fans, you might not know this, but World at War actually had tanks that you can drive. In certain maps, there was tanks that you can get in and drive and have tank battles and stuff like that. And I just felt like it added a unique element to the game that no other Call of Duty has. And yeah, there was a lot of people that hated those tanks, but a lot of people loved them too. I just feel like the ones who hated them were just too lazy to take them out, and to them I say too bad. Bring them back. I thought they were cool. I think they would add a nice new flavor to the game. I also think it would be a nice change to lessen the amount of perks and attachments that are available. We don't need 3 or 4 different kinds of red dot sights. We don't need multiple types of grips and stocks. That's all just too much, especially for the 1940s. I think the game would be better if there was just a small number of attachments and perks to choose from. It lessens the chance for someone to win a gunfight just because they had a certain setup, and it increases the chance of people winning because of their actual skill. So, when the game comes with too many of these variables, the component of skill gets smaller and smaller as far as winning fair gunfights go. And that's just my opinion, but for example, in Advanced Warfare, someone might win a gunfight simply because he had quick draw and the other guy didn't. Well, in World at War II, if neither is available to use a perk or attachment that increases their aim speed, then it's essentially an even fight to see who will win. It's just logical to me. Next, there's been some talk here and there about exosuits being in the game, and I'm sort of on the fence. I do like exosuits in Advanced Warfare, but I kind of want that just to be Sledgehammer's thing, so we get a game with exosuits every 3 years, sort of. If, however, Treyarch decides to go that route, then I would still like to see them used in the World War II setting, but to have some sort of time travel plot, they would have to do that to make it so they're able to access technology from the future. But at that point, they would likely have access to, the guns, the kill streaks, the attachments, and everything else the future has to offer, so it almost defeats the entire purpose of being set in the 1940s at all. So for that reason alone, I'd have to vote no for the exosuits if the game happens to be a World War II setting. On the flip side, let's say the game's going to be Black Ops 3, then sure, I would say bring the exosuits back. But I think that would probably be a bad move, because each game we've been seeing has been futuristic for the past few years, and I think people do need a change. Going back to the past, I think is probably the best option at this point, in my opinion. And I do know there's a considerably large fan base that wants the same thing as I do. One more thing I want to talk about is map design. There are 3 main flaws, in my opinion, with current Call of Duty maps. And when I say current, I'm talking about the last 3 games, specifically like Black Ops 2, Ghost, and Advanced Warfare. 3 things that have been bothering me. Number 1 is too much verticality. I like verticality, but too much verticality has been bothering me. Every single area you enter, you're at risk of being shot from multiple levels. I would like that to be reduced. For example, a map like Biolab, to me, would be cool if you couldn't get on any of the roofs or high platforms. Some people like this, but I just think it takes away from the skill factor and adds frustration to the game, since you can't really walk into an area and check everything all at once. So if you pick the wrong spot to check, then you're dead if there's a camper there. And I just feel like it overall slows down the pace of the game, and it just gives campers more opportunities to piss people off. You know, they need to stop catering to campers by giving them so many places to go. And the second thing I'm going to talk about regarding map design is along the same lines, but not in terms of verticality, but just in terms that there's way too many places to hide. And it's nearly impossible to walk into a room and check all 4 corners fast enough. I mean, campers are something that I hate. I've always hated campers. But if there's a camper in that room, you literally have a 1 in 4 chance to find and kill him before he gets you. And he has a 3 out of 4 chance to kill you before you see him. So campers always have the advantage, and I think that needs to be, you know, dealt with. And I just think, you know, decreasing the amount of objects that there is to hide behind and creating maps with a better flow would help this. And I just guess what I'm trying to say is that the maps need to be simplified more, in the way that, you know, victories will go to the ones who actually played the best and not the ones who just found the best hiding spots. The last thing that I want to address regarding maps are the leaves and papers and debris that fly around everywhere. Are they really necessary in a multiplayer setting? You know, along with things like sun glare on maps like Detroit. I just think those types of map elements are not really necessary. I feel like they're not only distracting, but that the rendering of them on the screen in the first place is deducting from the overall performance of the game itself. You know what I mean? Like, we want these games to perform properly, and we don't want to have to deal with lag. So the more things that are being rendered on the screen at the same time, you kind of think that would be, you know, pushing the hardware harder than it really has to. If we don't need debris flying around the map, so why the fuck is it there? It's stupid. I hate it. So yeah, no debris. That's just retarded. Oh, and one more thing. Before I forget, this is one more thing. None of my teammates' kill streaks should affect me at all. My screen should not shake when a teammate calls in a bomber or anything like that. That to me is just ridiculous. I should not be punished or feel the effects of my teammates' successes. So I hope Treyarch looks at these little things and considers these little things, and, you know, aims for a better and more balanced and more fluent multiplayer experience. So anyways, I think I've rambled on enough about this for now. According to the rumors, it looks like we're going to see the reveal on May the 4th. That's just rumors. If Activision follows what they've been doing in the past years, we'll probably see a campaign trailer at this time. Then at E3, we'll see a live demo of one of the campaign levels. Then it will probably be just small bits of information and news here and there until August, when they finally reveal the full multiplayer to everyone. So yeah, that's going to be it for me for now. Be sure to go check out my channel for more commentaries and emblem tutorials. As always, guys, I'm VileSelf. Thank you guys for watching. Until next